Hello students, today I am going to continue with the same chapter, that is chapter number 7 of your book, that is supplementary reader named Footprints Without Feet. In this chapter, first I'll discuss about the plot theme of the chapter, the necklace. So I must tell you that this chapter, the necklace or the diamond necklace, it is an 1884 short story written by French writer Guy de Maupassant. It is known for its twist ending, which is also an ironic ending, and which was a hallmark of de Maupassant's style. The story was first published on 17th February 1884 in the French newspaper. So then now let us discuss about the plot. What is the plot of this story? So in this story, the main character, that is Madame Matilda Loisel, has always imagined herself an aristocrat despite being born into a family of clerks, which she describes as an accident of fate. Her husband is a low paid clerk who tries his best to make her happy but has little to give. Still, the young couple can afford the services of a young Breton girl as a servant. After much effort, he secures for them an invitation to a ball sponsored by the Ministry of Education, and Madame Loisel refuses to go, for she has nothing to wear and wishes not to be embarrassed. Upset at her displeasure, Loisel gives her 400 francs, all the money that he had been saving to go hunting with his friends, so that his wife could buy a dress for her. Even after Madame Loisel does so, she is still unhappy because she has no jewels to wear with it. She spurns Loisel's idea of wearing fresh flowers instead, but takes his suggestion to borrow some jewelry from her friend, Madame Jenny Forestier, and she borrows a diamond necklace as her only ornamentation. Madame Loisel enjoys herself at the ball, dancing with influential men and reveling in their admiration. Once she and Loisel return home, though she discovers that she has lost Jeannie's necklace, unable to find it or anyone who knows where it might have gone. They resign themselves to buying a replacement. At the Palace Royal shops, they find a similar necklace priced at 40,000 francs and bargain for it, eventually setting at 36,000. Loisel uses an inheritance from his father to cover half the cost and borrows the rest at high interest. And Madame Loisel gives the necklace to Jeannie without mentioning the loss of the original, and Jeannie does not notice the difference. Then Mr. Loisel and Madame Loisel live in poverty for 10 years, with him taking on night work as a copier to earn extra money, and her sacrificing her beauty to do household chores on her own, while constantly bargaining with the clerks and vegetable sellers. They gave up their servant and have moved to a poor apartment up many stairs. And after all the loans are paid off, Madame Loisel encounters Jeannie on the Champs Elysees, but Jeannie barely recognizes her due to her shabby clothing and unkempt appearance. Jeannie is also accompanied by her young daughter, of which little mentions is made except by influence, as the Loisels have no children. Madame Loisel tells Jeanie about the loss and replacement of the necklace and of the hard times she has endured on Jeanie's account. She blames her former friend for the past miserable 10 years. Jeanie reveals that the necklace she lent to Madame Loisel had contained fake diamonds and was worth no more than 500 francs. So, this was the plot. The theme of this chapter is that one of the themes is that the necklace, it is the dichotomy of reality versus appearance. Madame Loisel is beautiful on the outside, but inside she is discontented with her less than wealthy lifestyle, and Mathilde is gripped by a greed that contrasts with her husband's kind generosity. And she believes that material wealth will bring her joy, and her pride prevents her from admitting to Madame Forestier that she is not rich and that she has lost the necklace she borrowed. And because of her pride and obsession with wealth, Matilda loses 10 years of her life and spends all of her savings on replacing the necklace, only to find out that the original necklace was a fake to begin with. A falsely wealthy appearance, just like Madame Loisel herself. The story demonstrates the value of honesty. If Matilda had told the truth to Madame Forestier, she would likely have been able to easily replace the necklace and enjoy the prosperity she wanted but never had. So, this was the plot and the theme of the chapter. Now, the summary of the chapter which we had read 2 pages of this chapter, and you all know the main characters of the story is Madame Loisel, that is Matilda Loisel, and her husband, Matilda's husband, Monsieur Loisel, is content with the small pleasure of his life but does his best to appease his wife. Matilda demands and assuage her complaints, and he loves Matilda immensely but does not truly understand her. And he seems to underestimate the depth of her happiness. When Matilda loses the necklace, Monsieur Loisel sacrifices his own future to help her repay the debt. He pays dearly for something he had never wanted in the first place. And Matilda Loisel, she is the main protagonist of the story. Matilda, she has been blessed with physical beauty but not with the affluent lifestyle she always yearns for. And she feels deeply discontented with her lot in life. When she prepares to attend a fancy party, she borrows a diamond necklace from her friend Madame Forestier, and then loses the necklace and must work for 10 years to pay off the replacement. And her one night of radiance cost her and Monsieur Loisel any chance of future happiness. So these are the 2 main characters. Other characters in this story are Madame Forestier, that is Matilda's wealthy friend. This Madame Forestier treats Matilda kindly, but Matilda is bitterly jealous of Madame Forestier's wealth, and the kindness pains her. Madame Forestier tends Matilda the necklace for the party and does not inspect it when Matilda returns it, and she is horrified to realize that Matilda has wasted her life trying to pay for the replacement necklace when the original necklace had actually been worth nothing. So these are the main characters of the story, and in the 2 pages that I already explained you earlier, Details about this. The first page tells us about the appearance of the beautiful lady, Madame Loisel, that is Matilda. Matilda is born to a low class family with no money for a dowry, and she is married to Monsieur Loisel, who is a clerk from the Board of Education. And Matilda, now called as Madame Loisel, had always felt like she should have been upper class and is unhappy in her married life. She hates their home, their food, and her lack of fine clothing and jewelry. One evening, her husband excitedly presents her with an invitation to attend an event at the Minister of Public Instruction's home. To the surprise of M. Loisel, that is Mr. Loisel, Madame Loisel throws the invitation down in dismay, weeping and complaining that she has nothing to wear to such an event. Her husband offers to give her the money for something suitable, but as the day of the ball approaches, she is still dismayed. And when asked why, she replies that she is embarrassed to attend the ball without any jewels. And her husband suggests that she asks to borrow some jewels from her rich friend Madame Forestier. And she agrees and goes to see her friend, and next day greedily choosing one of her friend's finest necklaces. So this is what we read in our last class. Now let us continue with the chapter further. Before continuing with the chapter, let us discuss the questions which are given in between the chapter, that is read and find out. So the very first question that is there on the very first page is, what kind of person is Madame Loisel and why is she always unhappy? So this is the question. For this you can write that Madame Loisel is a very unhappy and unsatisfied person. She is not happy with her married life, her house, or for that matter anything in her life. She always keeps on dreaming about how her life would have been if she were born in a rich house, married in a rich house, and had lots of money to buy things. She is a greedy woman and always keeps on thinking of having more and more things. Next question is, what kind of person is her husband? So for this we can say that her husband is a very caring and loving man. He is not greedy as he stays happy with whatever he has. He appreciates the little things that life has given him and does not want to see his wife unhappy, for which he sacrifices his own needs. So these are the questions on page number 1. Now on page number 3 we'll see to the questions. The next question on third page is, what fresh problem now disturbs Madame Loisel? So for this we can say that Madame Loisel's husband agrees to buy her a dress worth 400 francs and sacrifices his own requirement of buying a gun. But Madame Loisel, being a greedy woman, starts acting strangely and demands jewelry to wear, or else she will not go to the party. So, and the next question, the answer we are going to get after we read the chapter further. So we have to begin from page number 41, the second paragraph. It says, he turned a little pale, for he had saved just this sum to buy a gun that he might be able to join some hunting parties the next summer with some friends who went to shoot larks on Sunday. Nevertheless, he answered, very well, I will give you 400 francs, but try to have a pretty dress. The day of the ball approached and Madame Loisel seemed sad, disturbed, anxious. Nevertheless, her dress was nearly ready. Her husband said to her one evening that What is the matter with you? You have acted strangely for 2 or 3 days. And she responded, I am vexed not to have a jewel, nothing to adorn myself with. I shall have such a poverty stricken look. I would prefer not to go to this party, he replied. You can wear some natural flowers. In this season, they look very chic. She was not convinced. No, she replied, there is nothing more humiliating than to have a shabby air in the midst of rich women. Then her husband cried out, how stupid we are! Go and find your friend Madame Forestier and ask her to lend you her jewels. She uttered a cry of joy. It is true, she said. I had not thought of that. The next day she took herself to her friend's house and related her story of distress. And Madame Forestier went to her closet, took out a large jewel case, brought it, opened it, and said, choose, my dear. She saw at first some bracelets, then a collar of pearls, then a Venetian cross of gold and jewels of admirable workmanship. She tried the jewels before the glass, hesitated, but could neither decide to take them for nor leave them. Then she asked, have you nothing more? Why, yes, look for yourself. I do not know what will please you. Suddenly, she discovered in a black satin box a superb necklace of diamonds. Her husband's her hands trembled as she took it out. She placed it about her throat against her dress and was ecstatic. Then she asked in a hesitating voice, full of anxiety, can you lend me this? Only this. Why, yes, certainly. So, in these lines, the word pale means light in color or shade, containing little color or pigment. Lark is a bird. The word anxious means feeling or showing worry or nervousness. Vexed means annoyed. Adorn means sajana किसी को to make more beautiful or attractive. Stricken is seriously affected by an undesirable condition or unpleasant feeling. Chic is elegantly and stylish, fashionable. Shabby means in poor condition through long use or lack of care. Mist means in between. The word admirable means arousing or deserving respect and approval. Satin is the quality of a cloth, it is a smooth, glossy fabric. Usually, it is of silk produced by a weave in which the threads of the wrap are caught and looped by the weft only at certain intervals. An ecstatic is feeling or expressing overwhelming experience or joyful excitement. So, in all these lines which we have read, what you have understood? In here it is said that M. Loisel, that is Mr. Loisel, was reluctant as he had saved only that much money to buy a gun for himself so that he could join the hunting parties next summer along with his friends. And he told his wife that he would give her the money and asked her to buy a good dress. Then the day was approaching and Matilda was still not fine, even though her dress was almost ready. But one day her husband asked her again why had she been acting strangely for the past few days. Again, Matilda, she was very sad and she was acting very strangely from the past 2 or 3 days. So her husband was unable to understand why she was reacting like that. Then on this, Matilda replied that although she had the dress, she did not have any kind of jewelry or anything else to make herself look even more attractive. Then she again said that she would rather prefer not going to the party because she was not having any jewelry to put on. And to this, her husband replied that she could wear some natural flowers over the dress as they looked really nice and attractive. But on this, Matilda, she did not agree to it and she replied that she could not as it looked really cheap in the party of rich people. So now Matilda had to flaunt. So she wanted to look and she was beautiful, she wanted to look attractive, she wanted the people to look at her and she wanted to show off. So that's why she wanted to wear the jewelry so that she could look attractive. Then she replied that she could not look attractive as it looked really, and though wearing those fresh flowers jewelry would look really cheap in the party of the rich people. Then her husband suggested that she could go to her friend Madame Forestier and ask her to lend some jewelry. On this, hearing this, Matilda became very happy, and the she did not have the idea of borrowing it from her rich friend. So now she got the idea. Now she was very happy. She went to Madame Forestier house, and next day, then she said that she was stressed about the party and the jewelry. Madame Forrester, what she did, she went to her closet and brought out her jewel box. Then Madame Forrester asked her to choose for herself whatever she wanted. She first saw some bracelets and then some pearl collars and then a Venetian cross of gold and jewels. She was not able to decide what to take and what to leave. So she asked Madame Forestier if she have anything else that she could wear. To this, Madame Forestier replied that she could herself take a look and choose something suitable. And then she saw a superb diamond necklace kept in a black satin box. And she took it out with her trembling hands and wore it. And she was overjoyed with the necklace as it looked very beautiful. And then she asked her friend if she could lend her the diamond necklace. Then Madame Forestier consented to it. She just gave that necklace to Matilda. Then further, let's see what happens. Now the next line says, she fell upon the neck of her friend, embraced her. Embrace means she hugged her with passion. Passion is love. Then went away with her treasure. Treasure is, what is the treasure over here? Treasure is the necklace that she had got. That belonged to Mrs. Forestier, that Madame Forestier. The day of the ball arrived, and finally the day came when they had to go to the ball party. Madame Loisel was a great success, and she was the prettiest of all. She looked very beautiful. She looked prettiest of all. She looked very elegant, gracious, and she was smiling, and she was full of joy. All the men noticed her, asked her name, and wanted to be presented. And she danced with enthusiasm, intoxicated with pleasure, thinking of nothing but all this admiration. So, the word elegant means graceful and stylish in appearance or manner. Enthusiasm is intense and eager enjoyment, interest or approval. And admiration is respect and warm approval. So in these lines it is said that Matilda, she hugged her friend with affection and left for her house. And the day of the party arrived, and Madame Loisel was appreciated, and she was the prettiest, the most elegant, and she looked gracious of all the ladies present over there. And she was very happy and full of joy as all the men were noticing her. And she was full of enthusiasm and pleasure, as she was very happy with all the attention she had gained. Then further it says, this victory so complete and sweet to her heart. She went home towards 4 o'clock in the morning. Her husband had been half asleep in one of the little salons since midnight with 3 her gentlemen whose wives were enjoying themselves very much. He threw around her shoulders the modest wraps they had carried, whose poverty clashed with the elegance of the ball costume. She wished to hurry away in order not to be noticed by other women who were wrapping themselves in rich furs. Then Loisel detained her. Wait, said he. I am going to call a cab. But she would not listen and descend the steps rapidly. When they were in the street, they found no carriage, and they began to seek for one. Hailing the coachman whom they saw at a distance, they walked along towards the river, hopeless and shivering. Finally, they found one of those old carriages that one sees in Paris after nightfall. So, in these lines, The word salons are a reception room in a large house. Furs is the short, fine, soft hair of certain animals. Detained is to keep someone from proceeding by holding them back or making claims on their attention. Descendant means to move or fall downwards, to move down. So, in these lines, it is said that the couple they left the party. Matilda was very happy. She gained all the attention of all the men present over there. The couple then finally the couple they both left the party at 4 o'clock in the morning, and Mr. Loisel had already slept at 12 o'clock in one of the halls with three other men whose wives were also enjoying the party. Then Mr. Loisel threw the wrap around her shoulders as they were about to leave. The elegance of the party dress was getting ruined by the wrap. Why? Because the wrap did not look so elegant. It did not look as if it belonged to the high class people. And she wanted to flaunt, and she was flaunting as if she belonged to a very high class family. So the wrap, it looked very cheap. It did not look elegant. It did not look the wrap of the rich people. So, and it was not at all pretty. So she wanted to leave the party quickly because she did not want the rich ladies who had wrapped themselves in rich furs to see her in a cheap wrap. And this was because she had portrayed herself as a rich lady by wearing the new dress and the diamond necklace. Then Mr. Loisel asked her to wait as he was calling a cab. But she was in a hurry and quickly went down the stairs. She did not want to be noticed. As they got on the street, they were looking for a carriage which could take them home but could not find one. And then they saw a coachman at a distance and started calling him. The coachman did not stop. They kept walking together towards the river. And then they finally found a carriage, the kind that one finds in Paris at dusk time. So now, further, it says that it took them as far as their door and they went wearily up to their apartment. It was all over for her, and on his part, he remembered that he would have to be at the office by 10 o'clock. She removed the wraps from her shoulders before the glass for a final view of herself in her glory. What is glory over here? She looked very beautiful. That was the glory. She looked very rich. So she wanted to have a look once more before taking off her clothes. She wanted to have a look at herself, that how she looked, how beautiful she looked. And she was a great success at the party that day. So then suddenly she uttered a cry. Her necklace was not around her neck. Loisel, already half undressed, asked, "What is the matter?" She turned towards him excitedly. I no longer have Madame Forestier's necklace." He arose in dismay. Dismay is what? Now surprise. And he was very much now surprised, or he was sad now. Dismay is sad. So then he says, "What? How is it? It is not possible." And they looked in the folds of the dress, in the folds of the cloak, in the pockets everywhere. They could not find it. He asked, "You are sure you still had it when we left the minister's house?" So in these lines, the words detain means to keep someone from proceeding. Then descended, move or fall downwards. Hailing is of a large number of objects fall or to be hurled forcefully. Then coachman, a driver of a horse or horse-drawn carriage. Shivering is shaking slightly and uncontrollably as a result of being cold, frightened or excited. Nightfall is the onset of night or dusk. Wearily means with extreme tiredness, and cloak is a sleeveless outdoor overgarment that hangs loosely from the shoulders. So now in these lines it is said that they had taken the carriage and the carriage took them to their home, and they both went up, and by then they were extremely tired. The enthusiasm and fun for Madame Loisel had ended by then. Then Mr. Loisel also remembered that he had to reach his office by 10 in the morning. And as he stood in front of the mirror and removed the wrap to see herself, Matilda, she just stood in front of the mirror and she wanted to have a look at herself one last time in the beautiful dress and necklace. And as she looked herself in the mirror, she cried because the necklace was missing and it was not on her neck. Mr. Loisel was already half undressed by then and was almost ready to go to sleep when he asked her the reason for shouting. She turned towards him and said that Madame Forestier's necklace was missing and that it might have fallen somewhere. They searched it in the folds of the dresses, the cloak, and in the pockets, but could not find it. Mr. Loisel then asked her if she remembered having it on while they were leaving the minister's house. So then, now we'll read further what happens. Now we'll continue the chapter in my next class. I'll explain you the remaining chapter and see what happens, whether she finds her necklace or not. And then if she does not find, then what she does. So for today, thank you and goodbye, and complete the questions which are given in between the chapter.